sponsored by Brighton Tire. Mention my channel, Send It ATVs, for 10% off your next purchase. Okay, 9,000 kilometer review, actually 9,300K. I've really enjoyed this ATV. Haven't really had anything go wrong with it other than one thing I'll show you. Just the other day I had my shifter. I had it in low, stopped, put it in high, and had it act like it wasn't in gear when I took off, kind of make a high rev noise and clunk in the gear. I thought it might have been my linkage. Went inside after asking people online, and it seems like it was okay. There wasn't any adjustment need to be needed. I just put some fluid film on the little things that move here, the real rollers, and everything's fine. One thing you'll find at regular maintenance with this thing is all the grease joints. Now you can get all the grease joints, of course, but there are other parts of that they're known as the squeaking when you ride a Can-Am ATV. And the problem is these points at each end of the shock, even on the top, but mostly the bottom. There are no grease fittings that go on here. Well, if you get this squeaking, if you get on the machine, you rock it back and forth, go squeak, 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 you'll have to take these bolts out and spray some white lithium grease inside and put the bolts back in. And that eliminates the squeaking noise that you'll have. It shows up after regular water, getting in water and normal riding. It'll show up after maybe 2,000K. It'll start squeaking again. It's not really much work to do. I think they're 15 mil bolts. You just take them out, throw some grease in, put them back in. There are little rubber bushings you can take out in there too, and you put grease or white lithium grease around, and it's fine. The other part on my machine that I had to replace, I have air suspension on mine. I can raise and lower it a few inches while riding or whatever to get over obstacles better, or make it a softer ride and hard terrain. And on my air suspension, right in here, this thing right in here, it's some sort of valve that regulates pressure, and an electric lead attaches to it, and then an air hose. Here's the part that I took out and replaced. This is what it looks like, and that cost me, I think it was like $160 for that little thing. Ridiculous, I know, but it seemed to fix it. The other issue I've had with this is the top box, the Can-Am top box. Unlike other aftermarket top boxes, you can get like heavy-duty switches, locks that come down, but a lot of times they're not lockable. This one's lockable, but I carry one of these portable gas containers. In the back of it holds, I think it's like 10 liters. And going over hard terrain, it'll bounce up inside, and there's no way to fasten it down as of yet. I haven't designed anything yet anyway. So it bounces up and down, and this locking mechanism, I guess it's not a great connection, and sometimes my top box will open up. One ride a month or so ago, a couple months ago, during COVID, when it was at its peak, went out for a ride, and my running shoes and a hat came out. I didn't realize the hat came out. I found my running shoes later on, but lost the hat. That's one thing I would change on the Can-Am box, to have those better levers on there. Have the lock, you can add some more levers on there. Other than that, it's been an incredible machine. You can go do anything with this machine. We got a 2-up on it. You can go mudding. It's pretty good fuel economy for what it does. I've noticed a drop in fuel economy with the bigger tires I just put on. Other than that, I recommend the machine totally. I don't think there's any machine on the market as a 2-up machine that can hold against this at all. The Polaris 1000 high lifter is a nice machine, but you can't get it as a 2-up. As a 2-up itself, being, I think it's 8 inches longer, it rides wonderfully. You can't wheelie it as much as the other one because of that. You have to transfer your weight a little bit or get different clutch, but yeah, it's been fantastic. What else can I say? One thing with the brakes on this, Can-Ams are known for their going through their brake pads pretty quickly. Mine started squeaking once, and I kind of ignored it, went out for a ride, and it went right through the pad, through the metal. The metal moved and ruined the caliper itself. That was a $400 Canadian fix for one caliper. I recommend EBC brake pads. They've been wonderful. They're not wearing quickly. They stop on a dime. I think it was a total maybe $150 for 3 pads, but yeah, don't buy Can-Am pads. Yeah, so other than that, it's been great. I replaced the belt on it maybe 1,500K ago. First time that I've known, I bought this used with 2,500K, that the belt has ever been replaced. And but one of the reasons why is because I use low gear when you're supposed to use low gear. Yes, low gear when you're going slowly, but also if you're going under a certain speed limit, 50 or 60 kilometers per hour off-road, and you know you're in a lot of stones and your tires are going to be spinning, you want to be in low gear to be in high torque to do that. That saved my belt. So many people, you read in the forums, they'll go through a belt in 800K. Well, I guarantee you they're using high gear in those situations. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I didn't really have to replace my belt. I just did it because I felt like I have to. Here's the original belt right here. Looks pretty new. So I just keep it as a spare. Yeah, so go buy yourself a Can-Am Outlander. This is a 2014 XMR 1000. Thank you.